Alright, another art vlog thing. Haven't done one of these in a while. Hey everybody, this is Dougie080. Welcome to another art vlog. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I figured I'd fix that problem. Topic of this one, pretty simple, is giving credit where credit is due. You've probably heard people talk about this before, or at least briefly mention that if you use something of somebody else's and you should credit them appropriately. Credit people for helping you out with things. Credit people for just any number of things that it's a polite gesture to credit other people. Like, for example, what you're probably watching right now is I'm doing some studies by this super fantastic artist guy named Glenn Vilppu. That would be an example of how I might credit somebody else for what I'm doing. I'm watching his videos right now, and I'm following along. I found this is actually a really good way to learn, is just to follow along watching somebody else do their studies. Even if you don't exactly understand what's going on, just follow along anyway. Something might click in your head. It might just click a little bit, and you'll get an idea, and I don't know. I find it helps for me. It might help for you, but you know, it's just a small example. But credit other people. It's important. But what I'm going to do, this is what I'm gonna do. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? I want you to take that concept and apply it to yourself. Apply that concept to yourself. Credit yourself where credit is due. I see this happen a lot. I'm absolutely guilty of doing it myself, and I believe every artist out there is guilty of doing it themselves, where they'll discredit themselves for something. They create a picture that they like, but then they start nitpicking at it. You start nitpicking at it, like, oh, well, the face looks bad, the pose looks bad, this hand looks bad, this foot looks bad. Of course, I think there's a certain process that goes on in the artist mind where analyzing your work it's an important step. It's an important step to knowing areas that you can improve on. But at the same time, I also believe that giving yourself credit is equally as important. And yeah, you can kind of nitpick away little things like the hands, the feet, the everything, the this, the that, the colors, the pose, but you should always remember to credit yourself that you at least did something, right? You took the time out of your day to create something, and it's done. Credit yourself where credit is due. Or say you draw a picture and you're kind of proud of it, and then you post it up online, or maybe you don't even post it online. Maybe you just keep it to yourself, and then you go online and you start looking up that subject. Like, say you are what's a popular thing that most of you probably like? Say you like Zelda. Zelda's a Nintendo thing. That's kind of a Nintendo channel. Say you like Zelda, and you drew a really cool picture of Link, like, fighting Ganondorf, and Ganondorf is, like, holding Princess Zelda in one arm, and he's got his hand out in front of him, and Link is, like, you got the back shot of Link, and he's got his sword up, he's just about to do the final blow to Ganondorf, or maybe Ganondorf's about to do the final blow to Link. There's a couple of things wrong with it. Maybe the proportions of the hands aren't right, maybe the head shapes are a little weird, and your faces are tweaked a bit, but, you know, you're proud of that picture. And then you go online and you say, hey, I wonder what other cool pictures people have done. And then you go to DeviantArt, you type in, or whatever website, I think DeviantArt's still the big one. You go to DeviantArt, you type in Link versus Ganondorf fight, and then you see this fantastic picture that somebody who's been drawing for 30, 40 years has put up on their webpage, and then you just feel crushed. I know some of you have felt this feeling before. You just look at this and you're like, wow, that's a million times better than mine, and then you immediately discredit all of the hard work, all of the time that you put into this picture. And then you kind of fall into this little tumble of, oh, I'll never be that good. Oh, why can't I be that good? You know those thoughts. You know those thoughts. I think whenever we run into those thoughts, we really need to combat them with the little things. I've always been one to believe that it's the little things that matter. Whether it's art, whether it's people, you're dealing with people. Anybody can make these big, broad gestures, but I think it takes a very specific type of person to really get down into, to pay attention to the fine details. And not fine details in your technique, but the fine details that most people don't think about, like the time that goes into it, the passion behind that picture, the great feeling you felt whenever you finally finished it and thought that it was pretty freaking cool. It's important to remember these feelings and just remind yourself, hey, you know, this other person did something super fantastic. It blows mine out of the water. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He put a lot of time into his piece, just the same as you put time into your piece. Now, how can I get to that level? Maybe even analyze this person. Take them under a microscope. Open up this artist. Rip open into his head. Not literally. That's a crime in most places. But rip open his head and pry into his brain. Poke around. Find out this person's work schedule. Find out if all the time that he's put into it. And chances are, this person puts so much time into his work, and that the results that you see in that picture that you admire, that blew yours out of the water, chances are he earned that. He earned that. He earned that picture, he earned that skills by putting the time and dedication needed to get there. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring it around. It's great. It's wonderful. This means, for you, for me, because I'm learning too, but what does that mean for you? What does that mean for us? That means that if we put in the time and dedication needed to get to that level, it means that we could eventually get to that same level. Eventually. But it takes practice. Practice, practice, practice. But what is it that's preventing you from getting to that level? Being a gamer, myself, and chances are more than likely you're a gamer too. This is a gaming channel for the most part. This is a gaming channel for the most part. What are some of the things that are keeping us from achieving that? Games? Could that be a reason? Maybe you're playing a little bit too much games? I'm saying that because I've fallen into that trap before. But there's a certain therapeutic nature with games that I would also like to get into. So take this little section with a grain of salt, and then I really want to apply a little bit more context to it in the future. But perhaps playing too many games could be an issue. And I found that limiting yourself at least a little bit. Limiting yourself a little bit in terms of how many games you play, how many, I don't know, anything that isn't drawing, where you could be drawing, could potentially be what's keeping you from reaching where it is that you want to be. Like I said, there's definitely a therapeutic nature that comes from playing from games, but I think if you put more time into your art, you will eventually get that same rush that you get from finally beating that boss, finally getting that level. You'll be able to get that same kind of rush simply by sitting down and drawing. But in order to get there, in order to get to the point where you are able to reach this certain level of excitement from drawing, is that you have to start. You have to start. And if at all possible, you have to start and you have to continue doing it. I remember sometime last year, before things got extremely difficult in personal life land, I got into the habit of drawing every single night and every single morning. 30 minutes in the morning, it was 30 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes before I went to bed, every single day. I got into that habit, and it was the best habit I have ever been in my entire life. I got so much studying done, I got so much practice done, and I genuinely felt like I was making progress. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I've been trying to acquire this I've been wanting to acquire this my entire life. I want that level of being able to sit down and just draw. But the thing is, you just have to sit down and draw. You need to turn off the distractions. Turn off the distractions. Distractions are fun, and oh man are they fun. And boy do they have their place. YouTube is an amazing place, but oh man is it one heck of a distraction. A little saying that I came up with in the back of my head one day is, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? Could I be drawing right now? Just remember that little saying. Could I be drawing right now? If the answer is no, that's okay. You know, you're busy, you're doing stuff. That's fine, that's fine. If you can't do it, don't beat yourself up. You know, sometimes things happen. Sometimes, you know, we're just under crazy amounts of stress. Sometimes we legitimately have other things that we need to work on. But whenever the answer is yes, could I be drawing right now? I could. But what's the but? What's the but? What are all the buts about? I'll make some kind of fart joke right here, I guess, since we're talking about butts. What is that butt? What's the butt? Let's hear it. Let's hear the butt. Let's hear the butt. And I suppose here's where I'd make another fart joke. I could be drawing, but I want to finish this YouTube video. I could be drawing, but I've been holding this other thing off forever. I'm gonna do that. I could be drawing, but I gotta talk to people. I don't know. I could be drawing, but I gotta go out somewhere to do something that really I don't need to do that either. That's not necessary. I could be drawing, but really start to analyze those butts. Like, really put put the butts under a microscope. Put the butts under a microscope and see if that butt is really enough. Put that butt under a microscope to see if it's a good enough reason why you shouldn't be drawing. I could be drawing, but I'm not good enough. Oh, that's one. That's one. I could be drawing, but I'm not good enough. How are you supposed to get good enough? Ask any artist out there, how do you get better at drawing? How do you get better at drawing? Guaranteed. Guaranteed. They're gonna look at you and say, you get better by drawing. And then it brings you right back around to, oh, but I'm not good at drawing. How do you draw if you don't know how to draw? This is actually a lesson. You guys probably saw this on the picture that I drew here. That Vilpoo, in this recent study that I did, he said, if you don't know what it looks like, you can't draw it. I'll let you think about that one for just a second. If you don't know what it looks like, you can't draw it. So, study your weak spots. Don't avoid them. Don't avoid your weak spots. Find out why they're your weak spots, and then work on that. That is where you can start. Whenever you're looking on how to start. Start at your weak spots. Work on those weak spots. This is... I want to quote one more guy. This is a... This video is a little long. I hope you guys are okay with it. But I want to quote one more guy who I follow here on YouTube, who is an absolute genius. He's a guy who moved to Japan. He used to live in Australia, and he moved to Japan, and he does these crazy videos. I'll try to link his channel in the description, and I'll try to find the video where he says this, but the guy's really down to earth, really great guy to watch. But he said, what's the problem? And then you'll say what the problem is. I don't know how to draw this. Oh, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? It sounds like such a jerk thing to say. It's like, oh, well, my house is on fire. Oh, no. Well, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, well, you're gonna have to do something. Your house is on fire. To bring it back to art, you don't know how to draw faces. Well, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna not draw faces? You gonna avoid faces? I can't draw hands. What are you gonna do about it? Learn how to draw hands. Where do you start? Anywhere. Start anywhere. Tutorials are great places to start. There are so many tutorials online. YouTube exists. Back in my day, we didn't have the YouTubes. We had the books. And then the books are in the libraries, and the libraries are way across town and hard to get to, etc., etc., etc. You guys have YouTube now. YouTube! And DeviantArt. You guys have the internet. There you go. You guys have the internet. The biggest source of knowledge mankind has ever found or ever invented. And then just ask yourself questions. What are you going to do about it? If you don't know how something works, figure it out. Figure out how it's worked. Figure out how it works. What's the worst that could happen? You could end up with a picture that's perhaps not that great, right? Your first couple of pictures of hands are going to be like, that's not so good. But the time it took you to make that is the first step to helping you get to the point where you know how to draw hands. Right? Hands, feet, faces, body parts, forms, gestures. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the process, which is the crazy thing about art. It's okay to just want to sit down and draw and not really have to worry about the things that you're not the best in. But I think at the same time, it's also important that you should look into, why aren't you good at this? Why do all of your characters have their hands behind their back? Why do all your characters have funny looking hands? And I think if you took the time to study, you will surprise yourself with the things that you will create. It'll happen. So I rambled on super duper long with this whole art vlog thing, but I think that's about where we're gonna end it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Those of you who follow the art blog, I haven't updated it in absolutely forever, but I'm gonna try to update it again. I've been drawing. I haven't been uploading it very much. I haven't been drawing as much either, but that's stuff. Life happens. But never beat yourself up too. Don't beat yourself up. It gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. You can scold yourself a little bit. Say, hey, you didn't do good in the past. Do a little better. And put in the effort to try to do better. And then just do better. With me, for example, I haven't been drawing as much as I should. So I needed to draw more. But I'm going to update the art blog more. Those of you who follow that. I don't advertise it at all. Because like I always say, my art blog it's more of a personal thing for myself that I'm sharing with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna try to update that more. I'll do just one big update. I'll take everything I've drawn and just throw it up on there. It's gonna take a while to export everything, but I'll work on that this week. That'll happen this week. I got a lot of other cool art things like this one that are happening this week. Yeah, be sure to let me know in the comments what you thought about this art vlog. I think this one was pretty good. Kind of proud of this one. I'm kind of happy that I'm just doing these art vlogs again because there's a lot of stuff I really want to talk about. I guess let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about anything in particular. Maybe I can try to work that into what it is that I'm doing with this whole series. Give me some kind of direction. Give me some kind of direction. Give me some kind of direction. And drop a like. Likes always help. They always do. They really do. They let me know you like the series, and I'll do more of these. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys think a little bit about art stuff, and hopefully not beat yourself up so much. I've seen a lot of your art. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing fantastic. Just keep doing what you do. Do what you do. Hopefully do it better. Do it more. Do it more. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Okay, I'm rambling now. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. I have, of course, been Doggy080. You have, of course, been yourself. Keep on drawing. Keep those pencils moving. Keep those pencils moving. And I'll see you next time on the Art Vlog. art vlog thing. Yeah, that one. See you then. Goodbye.